Hey everyone, I'm Megan and welcome to my channel. So today I'm super excited because I am doing a foundation review for you guys, and I'm reviewing the brand new foundation by Pretty Vulgar. This is what it looks like. And this is called the Cool AF Lava Water Foundation. It is supposed to be extremely full coverage and extremely matte. So, right up my alley. So, if you're excited for this video, want to see how it applies, how it wears, and how it holds up, then just go ahead and keep on watching. Alrighty guys, so first things first, I have already applied my Cover FX gripping primer and my Cover FX blurring primer in my T-zone area. So, I'm going to go ahead and get into all the details of this beautiful packaged foundation. And I did purchase it at Sephora. I think it is only at Sephora. And it was $39. And it is a full coverage matte liquid foundation that's cooling, lightweight, and long wearing for a naturally flawless looking skin. It is for normal, combination, and oily. So you notice they did leave out dry skin. And it says lava water is a natural resource from the base of volcanic ruins in the Jeju Islands. It helps to improve the overall condition of the skin and provides environmental defense, filled with minerals and nutrient salts. It provides antioxidation and supports natural cell production. Charcoal powder absorbs harmful substances from the skin, such as minerals and toxins, leaving a clearer, stronger, and healthier surface. Sodium hyaluronate holding up to 1,000 times its weight in water. It helps boost skin's moisture content, promote visible firmness, and reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. So that is really, really interesting about the ingredients that are featured in this foundation. So I did pick it up in two different shades. And I have got it in 47 Nude Pie and 62 Full Frontal. And just take a second and admire this beautiful packaging. See a little bird on top. I mean, Pretty Vulgar. Anything I've ever tried from them, their packaging is just on point. So I think I am going to go in with 62. So here it is. It's not very liquidy at all, even though it's a lava water foundation. Alrighty, so I'm going to go in with 62, which is Full Frontal. Okay, so Full Frontal is described as warm with subtle yellow undertones for tan skin, and Nude Pie is neutral with subtle orange undertones for medium skin tones. So, let's see. I don't know if you're able to see. That was 62. And that is 47. So I'm going to go in with 62. And they also released a foundation brush with this foundation. I mean, you have to buy it separately, but there is the box, and it was $24. And it's just a small flat top kabuki style brush. It's not very big at all. So I'm going to go ahead and dip into number 62, and I'm going to go in with the brush first. So let me go ahead and zoom you guys in so you can see what I'm doing. Alright guys, I zoomed you in closer and I turned down the ring light just a tad. So I'm going to go ahead and start buffing this into the skin with this foundation brush. And then on the other side, of course, we're going to go in with our trusty beauty blender. So right off first impression, it smells like just straight up paint. And the color looks to be a little yellow for my liking, but we're going to make it work. And I'm just using little stippling and dragging motions. And it is very, very thick in consistency. I'm going to bring it on my ear. So as you can see, it is extremely full coverage. And I do like this brush. It is a little stiff, but I mean, it's getting the job done. So there is one side completed, one side not. Whoa. It's crazy to see a side by side. Alrighty. So now I'm going to go in. I used up all of that, so I'm going to get a little bit more. And then we're going to go in with the Beauty Blender on this side of the face. So right off, first impressions, I definitely get more coverage with the brush, but most of the time that is the case. So I will go over the entire face. I'm going to build up coverage on this side so we can match it, but I will go over everything with the Beauty Blender once I get done applying it, just to make sure we have everything, you know, pick up any excess product off the face. I do like the finish a Beauty Blender gives over a brush, you know, if you have brush strokes or anything. And this brush did give me a couple of brush strokes, so I will go back over that and smooth all of that out. So here is one layer with the Beauty Blender and one layer with the brush. So, like I mentioned, I'm going to get a little bit more of that product out and go back over here on the Beauty Blender side and just kind of build up coverage in my problem areas. I do have acne scarring and things like that over here that I would like to cover. Alright, so I think we got the coverage good on both sides. So now I'm not going to put any excess product. I'm just going to simply go over top of everything we just did. Okay, so what I'm noticing is that this formula it's very thick and tacky feeling. I don't know how else to describe it. It's kind of like the Cover FX gripping primer a little bit. It's very wet, like it's not drying down fast. And as I'm looking at my pores, they are looking accentuated right here. So I'm not liking that. But maybe once we get everything set into place, set it with some setting spray and all that good stuff, maybe, and then my natural oils start coming through, maybe it will look a lot more softer and not so accentuated, because right now my pores look really accentuated. So that's not a good sign right off first impressions, but we're just going to see how it goes. Alrighty, so now I'm going to zoom you guys in and let y'all take a look and see what it's looking like. Okay, so I turned down the lights a little bit more. As you can see, this is a matte foundation, but you can definitely see there is some, like, a glow in my skin. So it's a very pretty finish, but right in here, it's just looking a little, I don't know, it's emphasizing my pores, and I really don't like that. Alrighty guys, so while I've got you up close, I'm going to go ahead and apply my concealers. I am going in with the Tarte Shape Tape in light medium beige under the eyes. And we'll see how these play together. And then I'm going to go in with the Too Faced multi-use sculpting concealer in Nude in between, well, down the center of my face. I like to use, like, this is very, very, very full coverage. This is full coverage as well, but just not as much. So I like to go in with something a little bit lighter and not as heavy in the center of my face. And again, this is in the shade Nude. Let's see how all of this blends out. So that blended out beautifully, didn't have any issues. My face still feels really, really tacky though. And it feels heavy and tacky right now. So I'm really curious to see how this is going to hold up. I really like my foundations to feel lightweight and feel like I'm not wearing anything at all. But I can definitely feel like there's something on my face right now. So maybe that will get better. Tarte Shape Tape blended out beautifully. Didn't have any issues with that, so that's a good sign. Alright, so here it is with the foundation and concealer blended out. I think that looks really good so far. Now, I want to do one more test, and I'm going to go ahead and cream contour. Now, I have been loving the Huda Beauty, the KKW, the Wet n Wild contour stick, and I was on Smashbox's website the other day getting the brand new oil control primer, and I noticed that they had these. It is the one with the foundation and then contour stick, and they were like half off or something like that, and I just wanted to try it. So this is my new favorite cream contour, and I have this in the shade 3.1, and I've not even tried the foundation. I just have really been enjoying this, but you don't get very much product, so I really wish they would come out with this just in a contour stick because it's such a good formula. So I'm going to go ahead and carve out my nose. Now I'm going to take my Morphe E8. It's just a really small, dense little brush. It's really good for cream contour. Just wait, guys. This cream contour. Do you see how beautiful that is? So pretty. But I hate to buy like one of these just for that little bit of contour. And I don't know, maybe they're going to discontinue it because it has been on sale for a while, I think. So, but it's just such a beautiful, and it blends out so nicely. And on top of this foundation, I'm not having any issues with it. Do y'all see how pretty that cream contour is? It's just really good. I like it a lot. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and do my jawline. Alrighty, so this is the contour blended out. I think it looks really, really, really good. I did not have any issues with it pulling up the foundation. The foundation's still intact. Now I'm just going to go ahead and blend out my nose contour. Alright guys, so I just blended out my nose contour. Everything blended and melted into the foundation just fine. I did not have any issues. And I did just set it with my Huda Beauty baking powder in the shade Cupcake. And I think it's looking really, really good. So let me go ahead and let you guys see what it's looking like. Alright, so I turned down the main ring light. And this is what she's looking like. So I'm going to pop off camera, finish up the rest of my makeup, and I will be back with my first check-in, and I'll see you guys here in just one. Alrighty guys, so I just finished up my makeup, and I have to say I'm really enjoying it so far. Let me look up close at my pores because, yeah. Okay, so earlier when I first applied it, before I put any powders or anything on, my pores were extremely accentuated. They looked a lot bigger than they normally do. But after setting it, and I did set it, of course, with my Huda Beauty powder and then the Tarte, the Satin Skin Mist to set everything in place once I got finished with everything. And I think my skin looks really good so far. I'm not having any complaints. Everything blended over it beautifully. No issues whatsoever. So I have had the foundation on for about 2 hours now. I filmed another video and ate some lunch. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in, let you take a look and see what it's looking like, and then I'm going to go on about my day, and I will be back in the next bit for my second check-in. Alright, so I turned down the lights so you could see. See, my pores look good now. Hey guys, so I'm back with my second check-in. I have now had the foundation on for 7.5 hours, and I am loving the way my makeup is looking right now. So I'm super excited about this one. My pores, you know, earlier they were looking all really exaggerated and large and bigger than normal, but now they just look good. Like, I can't even tell I really have pores. Let me just do a real close-up. Yeah, it looks really good. And my dog licked me on the nose, so a little bit came off right here. That's not the foundation's fault. That's my dog's fault. So everywhere else looks really good. I've got something black on my nose. Don't know what that is, but the foundation is looking really, really, really good. And as you can see, I am not oily at all. I mean, I'm a little shiny on my chin, but really that's the only area that I see me getting a little oily in. And to be wearing it for almost 8 hours, I really feel like it's holding up nicely. So I'm going to continue on throughout my day and see how well it holds up. I'm going to try to make this a 12-hour wear test. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in, let y'all take a look and see what it's looking like, and I'll see you guys here in the next bit. Alright, so I turned down the lights so you guys could see. There's something black right there on my nose. Probably mascara or something. But just a little shiny right here. My pores look good. Everywhere else is holding up really, really nicely. My forehead looks really good. I mean, it's starting to kind of settle in these little lines now that I'm looking up close, but nothing major. Hey y'all, so I am back with my third and final check-in. I have now had the foundation on for 13 hours, and I have some thoughts. So I am a lot more oily than I was at the 7.5 hour mark, but that's to be expected. It is starting to kind of look a little cakey and heavy in the chin area and just a tad bit in between my eyebrow area, and my pores still look good, ironically, and it's not broken apart on any part of my face at all. It has settled a little bit in my smile lines and this little line on my chin, but you know, most of the time that happens by this point with any foundation I've reviewed. And so I really like this one a lot. I really don't have anything bad to say about it. Of course, I would have blotted earlier and it probably would have looked fine, but I mean, I think it held up really, really, really nicely, and I am really oily. I have been out of my spironolactone, which helps with the oil, and I have just forgot to go pick it up, so that could be another reason why my oils are a little more heavy than they normally are. But I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in, let y'all see what it's looking like, and then I will go ahead and do my normal thing and touch up. So I went ahead and cut down the lights so you guys could see. So just really oily. Starting to kind of look a little heavy in this area and between my eyes, but everywhere else it's really holding up nicely. So now I'm going to go ahead and get my Tarte blotting sheets, And get this oil off my face. Yeah. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so once I did that, it did take some of the coverage away, but as you can see, like, there was a lot of oil there. Okay, so now that I've blotted, I definitely look a lot more matte. That helped 100%. It did pull some of the coverage up on my chin area, and it made it kind of look a little patchy between my eyes, but I mean, I filled up 3 blotting sheets, so I was really, really, really oily. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Fenty blotting powder and see if that helps anything. But I have to say, this does look a lot better. It actually looks a lot better. A lot better than I was expecting it to. Sometimes foundations, they look really good once you touch up and blot. I keep referring back to the It Cosmetics, what is it, Confidence in a Foundation. When I blotted, like, I didn't even need to go in with any powder. It looked so good. Like, I had just freshly applied it after, what, a 10-12 hour wear test. So there are some foundations that you don't even have to go in with some foundation, but then there are with powder, but there are some foundations like this one that when it pulls the coverage up, if you're out and about, you're going to want to go in with something that has a little bit more coverage. So just keep a powder foundation compact with you, and something like this, and a beauty blender, and you'll be good to go. Overall, guys, I really enjoyed wearing this foundation. The formula is really good. It did have a weird consistency at the beginning. I felt like it like took forever to dry down. It just felt really tacky. But once I sat it with my powder and setting spray, it melted right into the skin and looked really, really good all day. Like, I kept looking in the mirror and be like, oh, like, my pores and everything looked great. So once you apply it and you're like, oh God, this don't look good, just give it a shot. Continue on, don't take it off, and I promise you it'll do a good job for you, especially if you have oily skin. Now, if you do not have oily skin, I probably wouldn't pick this one up. I'd probably just skip on this one. And most of the time, you know, even matte foundations say it's good for oily, combination, normal, dry. 99% of the time. This one did leave out dry. So I would just remember that. But you can always make a foundation work for you if you really just want to try it. It's not a very drying matte, but it did keep me matte for a really good long time. So if you did want to use it, I'd probably just really prep the skin nicely, hydrate it, go in with, you know, a hydrating setting spray and all of that. So my recommendation would definitely be to pick it up and try it out. I think you would really like it. Like I said, I did order the, I think it's the charcoal primer. I do have the setting powder. I did order the concealer and setting spray from Sephora from this collection. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, then I can do that for you guys too in an upcoming video. So that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. That helps me out so much. And if you're not subscribed already, I would honestly love for you to subscribe. It would make my day. And if you want, you can hit the little post notification bell so you are notified of all my future uploads. And thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in my next ones. Bye.